Hello, my name is HQ of HQ Reacts. Welcome to my channel. Please do me a favor. Hit the like button, share the stream, and click the notification button for new content.
Hey, everybody. This is HQ in the house, HQ in the house. I just wanted to do this little quick rundown of this building of Qatar, or letting the people of Qatar come into the United States and do what they were supposed to do, or do what they were going to do, and train in our facility. They're here to train in our facility, and I get that. But I remember the day that 9/11 happened, right? 2001, 9/11. I wake up around 11 o'clock in the afternoon because I worked the midnight shift. And then turned on the TV, and I saw, because I was turning on TV to see the clock. Back then, we didn't have cell phones, right? So I turned on the TV to see what was going on, the time and everything. And then I see planes continuously hit the buildings in New York. I remember seeing that. And I remember that cold fear, running down my spine. That cold fear of foreign invasion into our country. I remember seeing those 9/11 planes hitting those buildings, almost hitting the Pentagon. And I said, we came so close to having somebody foreign on our soil. And it was an inside job. Men had been training plane-wise in our country. And when I heard that these people in Qatar were going to build a facility or deal with a facility in our country, I was like, I don't like this. I don't like foreign people. And I get that there are other arrangements on U.S. soil, but this one has been very obvious. This one has been very more advertised, right? And I get that. Do other countries have military bases in the United States? I get all of that. But those other countries have not said to us that they want to end out our way of life, that we are immoral, that we are the enemy of Muslims, that we are the enemy. So this is why this concerned me. Qatar is on the edge of Iran, and I can't remember the other country. Iran and some other country. I can picture it in my mind, I can't remember the name. But it's on the side of near Tehran. And Tehran has a hatred for the United States. Tehran. And wait a minute, hold on. Let me show you a picture. Because then I had to show you a picture, because then you don't understand what I mean, how close it is to Tehran. Okay, here it is. Now, and it's off the coast of Iraq. Iran. I'm sorry. It's off the coast of Iran. Hold on. Right here. This little country, right here. Little country with the red, and that's right off the coast. And over here is Tehran. Now, I could have sworn those people said they couldn't stand us. I could have sworn those people threatened us at one point. I could have sworn that we just bombed Tehran. Okay? I could have sworn we just bombed Tehran. That was my understanding. So we just bombed Tehran, and Tehran is their neighbor, right? What do you think? What are you thinking letting those people into our country and get a facility, getting a military facility or a plane facility? I need to get a bigger map. I know I don't have a good map. But it's right there. So how safe do I feel? I don't feel safe with such a thing in our country, right? And they're more than happy to do business. I don't understand what Trump is doing. I don't get it. Because it seems like he don't want to put America first. And America first means not introducing these wild and crazy individuals that have vowed to hurt American people in our country voluntarily. Why should I feel safe when we were threatened by these people? At one point in time, we were threatened. And then you bomb the people next to you.
Achieved the peace that what we believe will be a lasting peace in Gaza, and Qatar played a substantial role from the beginning, working with our folks to ensure that came about. So I want to thank you for that historic peace. We look forward to joining the president as that gets, it's already been delivered, but as that's formally signed as well. And I'm also proud that today we're announcing, we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emiri Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho. The location will be host a contingent of Qatari F-15s and pilots to enhance our combined training, increase lethality, interoperability. It's just another example of our partnership. And I hope you know, Your Excellency, that you can count on us.
America, 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 America. Land of the free, 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 free. Land of the brave. Stand together.
I'm not playing the music because we don't want to get copyrighted, but it keeps playing. But I wanted you to see the wording, right? Hold on. Now.
The nation of Qatar, unfortunately, has historically been a funder of terrorism at a very high level.
Wait a minute, how did that get in there? My bad. This is the video I meant to show you.
Qatar asked for anything in exchange for that $400 million luxury jumbo jet, and how can the American people be so sure that they will not in the future?
I'm sorry. I meant to show you this video.
The Trump Organization, in partnership with Qatari Diyar and Dar Global, has announced its first real estate venture in Qatar, a $3 billion luxury development featuring the Trump International Golf Course and Trump Villas.
How do I keep messing this up? I'm so sorry. This is the video I meant to show you.
And I'm also proud that today we're announcing, we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emiri Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho. The location will be host a contingent of Qatari F-15s.
For some reason, the U.S. Pentagon has approved the construction for a Qatari Air Force facility inside Mountain Home Air Force Base in Idaho. This base will station up to 12 of Qatar's F-15 fighters along with hundreds of Qatari personnel. This is happening on American soil, and they say that the base is going to be run by the United States, but it's funded by a foreign military. And the foreign country that is deciding to build this facility in the United States has known ties to Hamas and Taliban. This is starting to sound more like a national security risk.
So a couple interesting things about the Qatar military base in Idaho. One, it's not a thing. Hegseth clarified that and said that it's going to be a facility on the base. That's going to be Mountain Home, Idaho. It's going to help train F-15 pilots on the base itself. And it's not the only country that Mountain Home hosts. We also have a big Singaporean contingent there as well, training at Mountain Home. So this is kind of just an increase in relationships.
Yeah, but the thing is, they have not threatened the United States with annihilation. The Muslim community threatened the United States with annihilation. If you look at the map, Qatar is right across from Iran. Right across from Iran, right next to Saudi Arabia, right in that whole area, next to Yemen, all of those places that vowed something against the United States. So now we're going to, because we took a $400 million plane, we're going to give them the favor of letting them come into our country, train on our facility, learn our land, learn the layout, learn that Idaho is some small hole in the wall country where they could possibly build other things and nobody would know because it's a lot of land out there. I just ain't comfortable
with Qatar military relationships. And it goes back farther than Trump. It does. In 2022, Joe Biden signed a deal allowing them greater access to the base as well, and has called them a major non-NATO ally, which they have been. They've been central to Afghanistan and Iraq. We have a huge command presence in Qatar at IUD, and we have for a while. But that's not.
Yeah, but the thing are they Muslim? Are they Muslim? And if they're Muslim, you mean to tell me they think that they're not superior to our religion? They don't think their religion is more superior than ours? They don't think their religion is more pure than ours? Just like Catholic nationalism thinks they're superior, don't you think these Muslims think they're superior?
Not the big thing. It's how this is happening now, right? Because Biden never took a $400 million jet from Qatar. Biden never signed a golf deal with Qatar for billions of dollars for a resort. Never really kind of, well, he probably did too, but everybody's kind of looked the other way to Qatar's ties to organizations like the Muslim Brotherhood and Hamas. Even, there were reports that Netanyahu wanted a strong Hamas so that he didn't get a Palestinian state, and they promised him that. And then obviously that all went to shit. So it is a little bit complicated for sure when we talk about Qatar. Just be aware of that. But there was a ton of pushback.
What do you mean I sound like a white person? I sound like a person that concerns themselves about people who have threatened American lives. You ain't never heard of the Trojan horse? You ain't never heard of none of that, Black America?
From far-right conservative MAGA about the possibility of a Qatari full-up base in Idaho, like their own base, their own sovereign territory. Rightly so, but that is actually just going to be a facility on the base. We will have full ownership of that. The big thing to take away from all this is just the fucking corruption around this, and this further deal with the plane that.
Of course, it's corruption around the deal, but Trump's greed is going to get us taken down a hole that we don't want to. Yeah, but the Chinese people have not declared war against black people. No, against Americans. The Chinese people have not done that. We've heard the Muslim people in the Middle East say death to Americans. We've heard them say that.
Trump's getting, and the golf deal. Kushner has gotten billions. Trump's son-in-law has gotten billions from Qatar as well.
Of course they've gotten billions from Qatar. That's the whole point. The whole point is Trump is enriching himself and he's enriching his family. Okay? He's getting himself rich and his family rich through Qatar. His son-in-law got deals. He got deals. Everybody got deals over there. But yet we don't have a corrupt president who doesn't put America first.
Corruption is what.
That's why I think he could be lax. Okay? I think this could be a lax in judgment. This right here
runs super deep when we talk about relationships between this administration and any other country. That's the shit that we should worry about.
Hunter Biden ain't no politician. Stop it.
Training itself.
He ain't no politician.
Place at Qatar, because we've been doing that for a long time and with multiple other allies. Again, no new base, but a shit ton of corruption So,
how many America First isolationists and never Trumpers fell for this misinformation? A Qatari military base being built in the United States, specifically in Idaho. There are TikTok videos in the hundreds of thousands of millions of views screaming to high heavens that the Qatari was able to buy for a position in America and that Trump is a traitor and all sorts of nonsense. And these TikTok videos are getting hundreds of thousands of millions of views from never Trumpers and from isolationist America First types. And TikTok does not allow for me to say the things I want to say to you because they're too derogatory. Like, willfully ignorant is the most PC thing that I can say that would allow this video to stay on, because anything else would just be me lambasting you for a lack of intelligence. A lack of critical thinking that should be in all of us. It should be very common sense to understand that there is no military base being built in America. That has never happened and never will happen. But instead, because the Secretary of War calls it a Qatari military facility, all of you fly off the handle and go hyperbolic and basically sound like misinformed individuals. Again, I'm using very PC language. A simple Google search will show you that this has been in the planning stages for years, since the first chart.
I understand that they're different things. Ty Pro. But I'm saying they come from the same religion. Islam, maybe. Muslim, maybe. They still come from the same area in which those people who flew planes into our buildings come from, Ty Pro. Okay? They still came from the same area. That don't mean they don't have the same sentiment just because they're from a different country. That's my whole point. My whole point is not to even let the foothold get into the country.
Trump presidency, and then the Biden administration could have canceled it, but they didn't. Why? Because it was a part of a military purchase agreement. And when you look at the details of this particular topic, it's not that big of a deal. Qatar does not have a vast airspace in which to practice from, but they want to have an effective air force. So that was part of the deal. Come to our airspace where we can train you on our equipment that you are purchasing from us. And we do this all the time. Maybe not to this level where we design particular F-15s specific to that foreign nation, but we train foreign pilots all the time. We train foreign military personnel all the time. In the last 25 years, America has trained over 2.5 million military personnel from other countries. But I bet you didn't know that. And this wasn't us going to their military bases, to their countries to train them. This was them coming to our facilities. But again, I bet you didn't know that. So I certainly hope that all of you that fell for this feel some kind of foolish. Please go educate yourself. The mass amount of willfully ignorant out there are so frustrating.
Is now building a Qatari Air Force base in Idaho. Trump has accepted a huge $400 million Wumbo Turbo Superstar jet from Qatar. It's a crazy gift. That's one hell of a donation there. I don't want to toss the B word around too lightly here, the bribe nomenclature, but I mean, definitely smells a little fishy over here with that, especially in regards to what came soon after. He then signed a $5.5 billion deal with Qatar for a Trump golf course. Yippee, that's great for the American people. More Trump wealth that he accumulates here through this deal. And now he is putting a Qatar Air Force base on our homeland soil. America first, right? Yeah, it's really America first thinking right there. Yeah, and then I've already seen the cope about how actually no, this is a joint training procedure. This is something that we do all the time, actually. And I saw JD, My Chemical Romance Vance, talking today about like how it's actually just all fake news and stuff. Even though they have literally verbatim point blank said exactly what this deal is, and he is just denying that. So not even the administration is in agreement on their talking points right now. It's a fucking mess. And still, people are so brainwashed and mind controlled that they'll just accept it and be like, this is great. This is America first, actually, to put this Qatar Air Force base in Idaho. That's actually exactly what I want.
So allowing Qatar to build an Air Force base inside the United States of America. Fuck no. This has to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard from any administration ever. Qatar does not need a base in the United States. It makes absolutely zero fucking sense. If they want to learn how to fly F-15s, that's perfectly fine. We have multiple air bases in Qatar. Let's send them there and they can learn there. There is no fucking reason they need to have a base inside the United States to do anything. It doesn't even make sense logistically. Like, I understand the United States has bases in the Middle East. I understand that the United States has bases in Qatar. I've fucking been to them. But the reason we have them is because we have objectives that are there. We have something to fight for there. And the only reason for Qatar to have a base in the United States is that they have something they have to defend here, which they absolutely should not, even though they fucking own half the big universities, which for some reason we allow to happen. But yeah, this is fucking stupid. I don't care who's behind this. I don't care if it's Hegseth. I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care if it's the fucking Virgin Mary herself. Qatar should not have a military base in the United States. And anybody in the administration who thinks they should can kiss my whole ass.
Everyone knows that I'm a pretty big fan of Trump, but I have to say that I am extremely weary over what his cabinet is currently doing by allowing Qatar to build an Air Force base right here on American soil over in Idaho. This was announced earlier in the day by the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, in which he talked about not only will they be building one, but we will actually be using the American military to train their pilots on how to fly F-15 fighter jets. Now, the more research you do into who Qatar is allies with, you see more and more why this is an absolutely abysmal idea. Now, I understand, of course, that there's going to be information behind the scenes that I'm not privy to because it's not public access, but with what I do know, I think that America is getting a little bit too close to Qatar. I do not trust them as far as I can throw them, and this doesn't mean that I think that we should completely push them out and further into the clutches of China, but I think that there's something that we have to keep an extremely close eye on. Their desperation to get more and more involved with America, I don't think is coming from good intentions. I don't think that they want a genuine partnership. Quite frankly, I think that they want to spy on us. I think that they want to dig as deep into the roots of our country as possible, and that's exactly what they're doing with this. Now, I don't think that Trump is stupid. I don't think that he's a fool. I'm sure that he's very aware of what's going on, but I think that I just don't think this is a good idea, if I'm being quite honest.
Let's talk about Qatar. Most of you probably don't even know where Qatar is. Qatar is this tiny country right there. It's a part of the GCC. They are incredibly wealthy. They're kind of like a Dubai, UAE a little bit. Big city there is Doha. And they're always getting in trouble with the GCC because they're Shia, kind of aligned with Iran, and sometimes have different political interests. But I digress. People are mad because they think Qatar is setting up a base in Idaho. But let's go over a couple things. First of all, Qatar has been investing in the U.S. for quite some time, and they've been talking about a U.S. Joint Air Force base since 2022. And yes, that was under the Biden administration. Qatar is interesting because we've been developing better relationships with them as we've been figuring out what our relationship with Israel looks like post the Gaza conflict. You have to remember, soon after Israel bombed part of Qatar, we signed a defensive pact with them. That was not by accident. Qatar is looking to influence the Middle East more, and the U.S. is happy to use them as a gateway between countries like Iran and the GCC. But
see, Qatar is right in the middle of Saudi Arabia and Tehran. Is it Iran? Yeah, Iran, right? And the reason why I have a problem is it just feels like you're trying to put a foreign adversary on U.S. soil. Even though this base is going to be controlled by Americans, you still going to have foreign fighter jets, pilots, military personnel training, and that makes me uneasy. I don't know about anybody else, but it makes me uneasy. Okay. A lot of us associate foreign military with threats and foreign influence. How could we not have some foreign influence if they come over here on our soil? If we let them come over here and train, what stops the other people from coming? The other people from coming over here next? And everybody's hollering about Joe Biden opened up the borders. Joe Biden let the borders open. Why the hell is this president letting the borders open, just allowing them to come in and do some training? Why can't we go to a neutral country and then we train you at a neutral country? Why couldn't we train them in some other country and then let them come to the other country and we come to the other country and then we train them on our ships, on our jets? Why do we have to let them into our most remote state to train in our remote state? Wide open. I understand it's using military resources and oversight. I get all that. And who's paying for it? I don't care who's paying for it. But we might indirectly fund our own demise. Okay? The details weren't made public at first, okay? Which made me suspicious anyway. Okay? I'm saying we have soldiers everywhere. Why can't we go somewhere else and have them train? Why do they have to go here? It's a big security risk. Hosting a foreign air force means sharing airspace with them, technology, and procedures, all of which could expose sensitive U.S. tactics and vulnerabilities to these people. Okay, what if our relationship with them changes? Trump is messing with foreign adversaries and people in the region. What if something happens and then we get caught in the middle? Okay, and Qatar has had ties with people who have made America their enemy too. So we don't know what's going on. Okay, we training foreign militaries on our land instead of the other way around. We usually train abroad, right? We usually train abroad. And this feels like Donald Trump is allowing them favor or giving them favor for something they did for him. And this is what we don't want as an American. We just don't want that influence. And it's an Islamic monastery, right? A monarchy, right? Okay. And this right here brings up the Sharia law thing, ideological fear. It's a whole bunch of stuff that brings fear to American people. And like I told Black America, if you know the Trojan horse, you give foreigners a foothold for influence here in the United States, and we don't know what's going to happen. I have the 9/11 fear going on. I distrust Donald Trump with making deals with foreign adversaries because we don't know what the hell they're doing. We don't know what the hell he's saying behind closed doors. This Idaho facility is a scary prospect, not because of a direct threat, but it feels like foreign boots on the ground under a veil of secrecy, using our taxpayer money in order to gain global friendship, to brown nose with these people. Okay, I understand that we train people here. I get all that. We have other facilities here. Somebody said they had some in Virginia or someplace. Somebody said they had some other place, New Mexico. They said there were other places. Okay. But foreign militaries typically do not have bases in the United States where they exercise sovereignty and they do those kind of exercises here. Most of the time, we don't have people who do that. It's a U.S. and I get it. It's a U.S. base made for training facility. I get that. I do. But that don't mean I can't feel uneasy about it. That don't mean we can't feel uneasy about it. Okay? Okay? The whole point is we open the door wide open and we don't know. The world is ever changing. I never knew the world would be the way it was a year ago. And now we done shot down people. We done killed people in Iran. We done started a war with Israel. We done got involved with Gaza. We done got involved with Ukraine. We finna go to war with Venezuela. The world looks very different from what it did a year ago. And this right here is just another fucked up thing going on.
To my original point, it is not unheard of for countries to have military bases or training facilities on U.S. soil. It was more popular in World War II, but we do develop relationships with different countries and give them special privileges, especially when they're going to be using our tech. Specifically, Qatar is going to be using F-15s. So anyone freaking out about this, I think, is overblowing it. I think relationships with Qatar should be good. And no, they did not pay me $7,000 to make this video.
So if you have been paying attention to the news lately, you would have known that Mr.
I need y'all to hit the like button. I didn't have any like button. I need some more likes. I need at least 20 likes. Hit the like button, the share button, the bad button, the subscribe button, whatever button. But you all hit that button, please and thank you. Okay? Hit the button. Yes, no, maybe so. However you need to do it. Don't cost you no money. Don't cost you nothing. The hate, the like, whatever you feel like doing. Subscribe to the channel. We have this content like every night except Sunday night. I'd appreciate the sub. Appreciate the sub. Please. Thank you. And the like. The like button. The like button is right there on the front of the video. Like the stream. Put the thumbs up, please, and thank you.
Hegseth here is now holding up a document that claims that Qatar can now build a military base on American soil. In Idaho. Right in the center of America. Like, does that sound like America first to you? It doesn't to me. See you next one.
You got to be shitting me. You got to be shitting me. What the hell? Seriously, what are we doing?
No one other than President Trump could have achieved the peace that we believe will be a lasting peace in Gaza. And Qatar played a substantial role from the beginning, working with our folks to ensure that came about. So I want to thank you for that historic piece. We look forward to joining the president as that gets, it's already been delivered, but as that's formally signed as well. And I'm also proud that today we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emiri Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho. The location will be host a contingent of Qatari F-15s and pilots to enhance our combined training, increase lethality, interoperability. It's just another example of our partnership. And I hope you know, Your Excellency, that you can count on us.
You read that right, good people, and you saw that video for yourself. America will not.
Really low-key fear-mongering? What do you mean fear-mongering? I'm not making anybody have fear-mongering. I didn't know we were going to be in war. I didn't know we were going to be at war with freaking Iran. I didn't know we were going to shoot missiles over in Iran. Now you worried about fear-mongering? You worried about fear-mongering? You didn't say jack shit when the president went over there and tried to blow some shit up in Iran. You didn't say shit about them blowing up boats in the Caribbean. Why you worried about this right here? And ain't no blowing up of nothing. I'm just saying it's something to think about. It's something to think about. When you don't think about those things, these things happen. And I can't be the only person in this fucking chat that think it's weird that now that the president got a $400 million jet, the president gets to build his golf course over there in Qatar. The president's son just got a $100 million deal over there from Qatar. I can't be the only one that is looking at this shit funny. I know goddamn well I can't be the only one that's looking at this shit funny. Did you compromise the American people so you can get a deal? What the hell you mean? Fear-mongering.
Now have a foreign military training facility in one of its states of Idaho. Per Pete Hegseth, this deal has been in the works, obviously, tied to the Gaza Israel strip with the war that Trump is claiming that he basically solved himself, of course. If you don't remember, the Qatari nation is the one who gifted Trump the wonderful new Air Force One.
President Trump confirmed reports that the royal family of Qatar may soon give him a $400 million luxury 747 plane known as the Flying Palace to temporarily replace Air Force One.
It's a very personal gift to.
Yeah, that's the same Qatar. This was Qatar in 2017, if you didn't know.
The nation of Qatar, unfortunately, has historically been a funder of terrorism at a very high level.
So it seems like that damn plane wasn't free after all. America first. Where all you America first people at? We got more money going to Israel, and I got to do a whole video about that. We got more money going to Israel, that Israel turns and uses that money for its own citizens along with the defense budget. And we use the same type of funding, a similar funding for Qatar. And now Qatar is going to have a military base over here. Wow. America first. All y'all wearing them America first hats, pull them off, take a shit on them, put them in your mouth. Literally. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I should just keep bringing up the obvious.
Qatar may order the U.S. military to remove its base from Doha, a move that would weaken Israel's regional military operations.
Isn't it funny how everything seems to go back to Israel? Yeah.
That's what we keep saying. It always leads back to Israel.
You see this right here? Israel is able to afford to pay its women for.
Wait a minute, are y'all looking at that? Okay, what looking at that? I can't blow it up. I don't know how to blow it up on the screen so y'all be able to see it, but y'all should be able to blow it up on your own stream. What is it saying that Israel gets for the money that we send over there? Are we able to get those things? This is what you call America first? I don't think so. If they can afford this shit. Okay. Yeah, we can see it. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure.
The amount of children that they have and childcare and the benefits of having multiple kids, twins, etc. All up and down the list there. I've said too much. So I'm sure everybody's asking, what happened to America first?
Wait. Is the U.S. actually about to let Qatar build an Air Force base in America? If you've seen headlines like this, I can see how it can be
Wait a minute, I wasn't around for what? What are you talking about, Osgood? What we wasn't around for? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Qatar? Something happened between Biden and Qatar?
misleading. But here's what's actually going on. So yes, Qatar is actually building facilities at a U.S. Air Force base in Idaho. But before you freak out, let me explain. It's not a foreign base. It's still 100% under U.S. control. The base is called Mountain Home Air Force Base, and Qatar is just paying to build a training facility there. Why do you ask? Because Qatar bought a fleet of American F-15s, and as part of the deal, their pilots have to train alongside ours. So they're funding new hangars, housing, and classrooms. But everything happens on a U.S. base under U.S. command and law. This isn't really the first time this has happened. Germany, Singapore, and other allies already have similar training programs on U.S. soil. Qatar is just the newest one. Basically, it's part of a long-term defense partnership.
No, nobody was protesting Israel getting funds or Qatar getting funds until your president walked into the door and said, America first. Now, he's not putting America first. That's what we're saying. Has nothing to do with Biden. Your president, just like your president said, he was going to show the Epstein files. Your president said that. So therefore, we're holding your president accountable for what he said. Stop bringing up Biden. Biden has nothing to do with it.
Partnership. Qatar already hosts the Al Hadid Air Force Base for us in the Middle East, so this move just tightens the military alliance both ways. So no, the US isn't just giving away land and letting another country set up shop here, but it is letting a Middle Eastern ally build a multi-million-dollar training facility in one of our bases. Some people see it as smart defense cooperations, others see it as crossing the line. Regardless, this is just a move to strengthen our military alliance with Qatar.
I'm also proud that today we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emiri Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho.
Does this have anything to do with Qatar giving Donald Trump a $400 million Boeing jumbo jet? Does it? Does it? Because if it does, that is incredibly, incredibly concerning. Why are we cozying up to authoritarian regimes? Why are we giving them weapons, technology, training, while at the same time abandoning our Western democratic allies like Ukraine? Now, I understand the argument that if you give nations American weapons and technology, they will not then get weapons and technology from China and Russia. And they're now dependent on Americans for training, support, spare parts. I understand that argument. But this has a history of blowing up in our faces. Now, I don't want those F-15 jets in 20 years to be used on my children. Because historically, Western democracies and absolute...
If you don't, Sharon, Andrew, if you don't understand that Biden drug us out of that fucking hellhole, then you're dumber than what I thought. I hate talking to zombies. I hate talking to zombies who don't do no research. I hate talking to zombies.
Authoritarian nations do not get along. Qatar is a nation that, if my daughter was great, she would be prosecuted for adultery. My dad would be in prison right now because he's gay. I would be in prison for making this video, and I do not want those fucking people as my friends, let alone having our weapons and technology, because eventually it gets used against us. And it makes me especially uncomfortable that Qatar gave Donald Trump a $400 million bribe. I do not want my elected officials being bribed by foreign nations and then giving them special treatment. Especially if those nations are authoritarian. Reasonable stand.
44 United States soldiers were responsible for defending the Qatar base. That's 44. That's, to give you context, that's about 20 more people that is currently in my platoon right now, defending an entire fucking base. Now, I don't care what side you're on, left, right, whatever, unpolitical at all. I'm just telling you how amazing those soldiers are. They said that the oldest individual there was a 28-year-old captain, and the youngest was a 21-year-old private. 2 years ago, he was in high school. High school. Now he did something that was monumental. Whether you agree or disagree, I don't really give a fuck. But I'm going to give those soldiers those flowers. Right? I'm going to give those soldiers those flowers because they did some amazing shit that most of y'all wouldn't even do. You tuck your fucking tail and you run. Those American heroes, right? Regardless of where the fuck you think they are, or regardless of what you think politically, or I'm proud to say that I served with them. And I've never probably met any of them. But 44 fucking soldiers. Insane. A whole base. I am definitely proud to be a United States soldier, right? Just to show the amazing things that they could do if America is called upon. Right? You never know when your ticket's going to be called. You never know when your number's called, but you're fucking ready to go. Cool. And first off, before anybody says it, it's not classified information because it was put out in a press conference that everybody can see. Second of all, it also baffles me that all the headlines are about all the other things going on, but none of them at all do you read 44 American soldiers defending the base. Right? So the world won't give them their flowers. I'm going to give them their flowers.
Whatever side of the aisle you're on, even if you're a major Trumper, listen, allowing Qatar to put an Air Force base and have an Air Force presence and military presence on U.S. soil, it doesn't get much more fucked up than that.
Yeah, so this is where we at, right? Wait a minute, hold on. So this is where we at. My whole point is we open the door wide for people. Are we opening the door wide for these people because Donald Trump got a plane? Donald Trump got a business deal going. His son got a business deal going. Every time a foreign group comes to this country, and they're in a big group, and it has something to do with one of the Muslim countries, Islamic countries, I worry about that. I have a little slither of fear about that. That's something I can't help. I can't help that. Because nobody was there. I mean, some people were there when 9/11 happened. There was a bad time for our country. Yes, I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh, you just fear-mongering. You don't know. You don't know. Okay. There's all kinds of things that can happen. Espionage, intelligence breaches, tunnels being built, Trojan horse scenario, all these things can be happening. No, that's not what Obama, that's not what Biden and his son did. Biden didn't get deals like that. Stop it. Stop it. We're talking about Trump. Trump is obviously a corrupt president, but we are here where we are, right? It could be all kinds of things. They could have all kinds of things against this president, up against this president, you name it. Hidden political leverage, we don't know. We don't know what we're doing. No, I don't listen to the goofy shit you get from the right, Osmo Good. Nobody has proven Biden has taken any kind of bribes or anything else. That's some goofy logic on the right side. That's not something that Biden done. But we know for sure this president got a $400 million plane. We know for sure that he got a golf course that's being built. We know for sure that Jared is getting some kind of thing. Yeah, okay. Show me the proof, Sharon. Show me the proof. But y'all can't show me the proof. You can't. Because you're a zombie. Because you only hear talking points. I can pull up where Trump said he got a $400 million plane from Qatar. I can pull up where Trump got a deal to build a golf course. I can pull up where his son got a deal over there. I can pull those up. But you can't pull up no proof about Biden. Okay? No. You the one who said it. I just ain't seen it in the news. All I seen was the goofy shit on your side, being the zombie. I had seen the goofy side of stuff on your side. All of that shit has been debunked, but yet and still y'all say it. Y'all continue to say it. We don't do conspiracy theories over here. We have proof. Show me proof, or don't mention it, because it ain't true. But we do have the president having the plane and the business deal, the golf course. We do have that. So we worry about this person having influence in the United States. Okay. We also have, and this is from that what the hell is the name of that? That Charlie Kirk organization, Turning Point, right? When Ramaswamy got him in front of him, they said, "You're a Hindu. We don't want to change our culture. We don't want to change into your culture. You have to change into our culture, and our culture is better." We still have that kind of influence that could be going on. It's the subtle fear that allowing another nation with a very different religion, with a very different democracy or thought of democracy. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Call up voice. Google. Hold on. I forgot. I always forget to put that. I always forget to open that up. Okay. So it always is a way to have different influence. We could. I just don't trust this president because he has too much greed about him. He cares more about himself than he do the people. He's proven that time and time again, and that's the problem. And this is just another way of proving that. Yes, call up. The number's on the screen, and you can call up. hopefully, you know, yeah, you can call up the number. Because the phone lines are open if you want to call up and express your discomfort or whatever. All lies. No, there ain't no lies, hon. That's the problem. You don't understand that it's not. You don't understand that it's not lies. What lies have I told, stock investor? I would love it. I would love it if you could tell me what lies. Oh, 47 sets records for, well, it is what it is. We still want stock investor to explain to us what we lied about, because I don't see what I lied about. Your president did accept a $400 million plane. Your president did get a golf club deal with Qatar. Your president's son-in-law did get a deal with Qatar. So I can't, that ain't no lie that I told. How I don't understand how that, and that's the thing. You know this president is corrupt. We know that. We know that. We accept that. We accept that. Okay? We accept that. None of this is a surprise. Okay? None of this is a surprise. Okay? We understand that he is a corrupt man, because everything he's done has been corrupt and only for himself. That's it. He's only invested in himself, cares about himself. I can't help it that the zombies don't understand facts. No, you can't say that, because your president is the worst president. You can't say Osgood, Osmos. Name 3 of the worst things that Joe Biden did. And don't mention inflation, because he didn't do that. Your president did. There's nothing wrong with people. Nothing wrong with that, except our president. That's all.
Call from
Black.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Why you always call up my show caping for this terrible human being? Why is it that you the only one that cape for this human being, this terrible human being?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
You
the only one that call up.
You know I don't like Trump. You know I don't like Trump, HQ. Stop playing. You know I don't like Trump. So let's not do that. What you're not gonna do is say that I like Trump.
Okay.
I've met him before a few times. I don't like the man.
Okay, you don't like Trump.
Yeah, he makes my stomach hurt.
Okay. So why? What am I saying that's a lie? This stock investor in the chat. Wait a minute, hold on. Stock investor in the chat said that Donald Trump didn't get a $400 million plane. He said he didn't get a golf deal. He said his son-in-law didn't get a deal from Qatar. He's saying I'm lying about that. Am I lying about those things? I didn't hear. Oh shit! You just. Hello?
How old is Air Force One?
How old? Oh, what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything?
We need new planes for our president.
No, we don't accept.
Yeah.
We don't accept. It's called a monument clause. You understand what that's called? The emolument clause.
That's for business. This is not that.
So why is it that this president took a gift?
He is giving that to the country that is going to replace.
That's not going to replace the American plane.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Air Force One, the plane Air Force One are 34 years old.
I guarantee you, when that president leaves, that plane is going to be scrapped.
What do you mean it's going to be scrapped?
Cause ain't no American worth his salt gonna get into a plane that was brought over here by a foreign country. Oh, here you go, Here you go, Mr. President. Here you go. Get on in there, Mr. President.
Boeing, Boeing is an American company. It was made by Boeing.
Mm-hmm.
That is, Boeing is based. Well, they were based in Washington. I don't know where they are now, but they were based in Washington. That is an American-made plane to replace an old, decrepit, a 30. Would you drive a 34-year-old car? I don't think you would.
But I still know. But one thing I do know is a president is not supposed to accept any kind of gifts from foreign adversaries. I do know that.
Personal gifts, right?
I do know that. It was a personal gift. He decided he was going to give it to the American people. But I guarantee you, the minute he leaves, he's going to walk out the door with that plane.
Okay, well, if he walks out the door with the plane, then I will. I already don't like it, but if he walks out the door with the plane, I'll be the first one to say that motherfucker can never have a presidential live there. Shit like that. So, like I said, I agree with you. But Air Force One is 34 years old. We need a replacement plane for our president. I'm sorry, that's just the way I feel. I don't know if anybody else feels like that.
Oh, I get it.
And I'm an old car guy, but once again, nobody wants to drive the Israel thing. I couldn't read the list of stuff, but HQ, do you know the population of Israel?
I don't know. 9 million, billion?
The population of Israel is 10 million, HQ.
Oh, I thought maybe 9 million. 10 million in. Okay.
Yeah, it's more people in LA than it is in the country of Israel, HQ.
Okay.
So them getting some things to help make them better, that is what America does with their allies.
We can give Israel money. We can give Argentina. I can't say their name. Argentina. We can give Argentina $40 billion. We can give Egypt money, but we can't afford health care for our people.
How much do we spend on welfare a year, HQ? How much do we spend on welfare?
It don't matter how much we spend. It don't matter. You trying to say it's better for him to no, because you're trying to say it's better to give a foreign country money than it is to help your citizens, and then make the argument that it's American first.
For influence, yes. I believe in influencing others. Yes, I do. I believe in strong domination. I believe if a war breaks out in the Middle East, it's good to have our planes at Qatar so we can fly over some shit. We don't have to wait 18 hours. We can wait 18 minutes and bomb some shit. That's the way that works, HQ.
So, yet again, you say he cares more about another country doing something with bombing machines or whatever than he does the American people.
That's not what I said.
So then what are you saying? I'm saying don't send them no money. I'm saying help us here in the United States. What are you saying?
We do it. We do help our people, HQ. We got a bunch of people on welfare.
Your people just got cut off medical. Your people just gonna get screwed on their health care. I don't see Israel getting screwed on their health care.
What do you mean my people's gonna get screwed on? They're getting screwed because the government is shut down, HQ. The other people, I don't give a fuck.
Wait a minute, hold on. They would still be getting screwed. They would still be getting screwed if the government was up.
Oh, you talking about them cutting off Medicaid for
So
people
I'm
that don't want to
saying
go
to
to work?
you, I'm saying to you, why are we cutting our American people off? But we're definitely not shutting down, putting our money over there in Argentina. We definitely ain't stopping the money going to Israel. We definitely ain't stopping the money going to Egypt. But we can stop our money. We can stop our food stamps for our most vulnerable people here in the United States.
Hey, shoot, it's shut down. They're not getting food stamps because the government shut down. That's why they're not getting food stamps. Hey, shoot.
Yeah, so that's why I said he's not putting America first.
Listen, my sister is 3 years younger than me. She has never had gainful employment. She has been having kids for the last 30-something years. And she has steak and lobster and shrimp. She's been on welfare. I done bought her houses and cars and all types of shit because her husband is a fucking bum. Those people like that, they need to be cut off.
Wait. We not talking about the legality. We're not talking about the immorality of them getting cut off. What we're saying is, if they weren't cut off, he ain't giving them the medical insurance that he's giving to Israel.
She shouldn't have got shit in the first place. That's what I'm saying. All of us have to go to work and make our way.
Not every person can work, Black America.
My sister, a personal person I know in my life, she wasn't a retard. She graduated from high school. She went to one of those tech high schools and graduated with a nursing degree. She just hasn't did shit with her life.
And that's one person in Black America. That's not all people that get food stamps. That's not all
I
people
understand
that get food stamps.
I understand that. But it's plenty of people like her.
On your sister. You can't
No,
base
that's
everybody
not what
on
I'm
your
saying.
sister. There's plenty of people.
What I'm saying is there's plenty of people like her that just living off the government for years and years and never bettering themselves, HQ.
So what? What?
Well, never mind. Hey, if that's
You
the way
didn't
you feel,
you didn't get the whole argument. The argument is we wouldn't have to worry about food stamps and money if we weren't sending our money overseas. Why are you giving me pushback on people having food stamps instead of not giving me pushback on him sending money overseas?
Because we have been getting our people, we have been taking care of Americans.
But we're not doing it now.
Well, that's because the government is shut down, HQ.
So my whole point is, why would you be sending money overseas and you can't help the people here?
Because the government is shut down. That money is already allocated to them, HQ. Just like food stamps is allocated. Do you know that homeless people?
Food stamps ain't allocated. The poor is the first ones to get cut out of the budget when the government goes off. The poor people are the first ones to get fucked over. What do you mean?
Yes. HQ, you worked in a shelter just like my number one runs the shelter. Right. All of those homeless people, they all get food stamps, HQ.
Here's the problem.
Every one of them.
I see what the problem is. Most of y'all seem to think that people who get food stamps don't deserve to get food stamps. That's what you think. I got it. Most of y'all think that people who get food stamps don't deserve food stamps. I get it. You just don't think people deserve food stamps, regardless of what their circumstances are, regardless of what. Oh no, I'm sorry. What y'all think is there's 20 people in a room and 2 of them are stealing the food stamps, but it's 20 of them that get food stamps. But since 2 of them seem to be stealing the food stamp. You want to cut everybody off a food stamp just to get them food. I get it. I get it. That's exactly how it is. All these people get food stamps. In order to catch the little amounts of people that do fraud, in order to catch the 2 people that do fraud, y'all want to cut everybody off food stamp. Don't none of them deserve food stamp. Oh man, I seen my sister do this, that, and third with food stamp. So they all don't deserve food stamp. That's how y'all think. That's how you sound.
So what's the solution? Do you let somebody just keep fucking over you?
The solution is everybody needs to have food stamps. That need to have food stamps. Regardless if it's 2 people that are scamming the system, you find those 2 people. You don't cut everybody else off. It's better for you, in your mind, it's better for you to give people that money to Israel. You might as well, you want to give people who live in another country more latitude and more grace than you do your own people.
Once again, I am not saying that. What I said was, how much does it cost to give to welfare recipients and Section 8 people every year? It is a drop in the bucket when we give countries other money, because we have been doing this for our own people for decades, HQ. Decades.
No, you care more about giving people in Israel money. Argentina, $40 billion, selling out the farmers, selling out the farmers, than you do America.
Fuck the farmers. That should have been black people land. They took it away from black people. Fuck them. I hope they lose everything. When they kicked the black people off of that land and gave it to all of them white people, fuck them. I hope they lose it all, because that's not how it should have happened in the first place.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No.
So they can lose it, and I won't share one piece.
What you saying? I get what you're saying. You're complaining about a little bit of people, and I already explained to y'all yesterday that the fraud in food stamps comes from the people who actually accept food stamps, not the people who get the food stamp, the people who accept the food stamp.
What do you mean they accept the food stamp?
Like when I go to the store, if I can buy cigarettes, alcohol, and everything else with the food stamps, who is defrauding the government? The food stamp people or me?
But you can't buy cigarettes with food stamps.
Yes, you can. Yes, the hell you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, the hell you can.
Okay. All right.
Yes, you can. I have been there when I have seen people do it. Yes, you can. That is the fraud. That is the fraud.
Don't you think that should be stopped? Don't you think that should be stopped then?
Yes, but it is not the person who gets food stamps that is defrauding the government. It is the person.
Then who is it?
Hold
on. If they're buying cigarettes.
Hold on.
Okay.
It is the person who accepts the food stamp as payment who is defrauding the government. The person who has the food stamps is getting the product for the food stamp. The person who is the person that gets the food, the store who accepts the food stamps for alcohol.
There's a problem, right?
Is the one who has the problem. Is where the fraud in the system is.
Oh, okay. So I understand.
Wait a minute, hold on. Don't believe me. Go to the Doge report. That Doge report that Elon is so proud of, go there and see where they found the fraud. They found the fraud in the stores accepting the food stamps. It wasn't the people doing the fraud. It was the people in the stores who own the stores who were doing the fraud. Go look at the Doge report. Don't believe me. Go look at the Doge report.
I understand what you're saying. You're saying that it is the people at the stores accepting the food stamp money for cigarettes. It's their fault instead of the people that are actually
the
buying
people
damn
who
cigarettes.
got the food stamps are not defrauding the government. They
Yeah,
already
well,
qualify.
they're
No,
buying
hold on.
cigarettes.
They
They're
qualify
buying
for the,
cigarettes.
but they qualify for the food stamp. They didn't do anything illegal
Yes,
for the food stamp.
but they're not doing the right
Wait a
thing
minute.
with the
They didn't do
stamp.
anything illegal to get the food stamps. They didn't do anything illegal. They went and they
But they're
applied and
doing
got the food
something
stamp.
illegal. But they're doing something illegal by buying substances that they shouldn't be buying with the food stamp.
Yeah,
You don't see that as
but they
bad.
did. I didn't say that. What I said was they're getting an equal exchange for the cigarettes for the food stamp. It's when they try to cash them in, the store cashes them in for something other. They get paid double.
What do you mean paid double?
They get paid maybe double or triple what they're actually supposed to get, because they normally don't charge you just $7 for a pack of cigarettes. They charge you more for the pack of cigarettes if they're going to make that. They're going to do that that illegal activity.
Okay, I want to ask: have you seen this happen? I have never seen this happen. Have you seen this actually happen?
What?
Somebody purchases alcohol or cigarettes with food stamps.
Yes.
You have
I
actually.
personally stood next to somebody and they did it. Yes.
Okay. All right. I just have never seen it, and I can't call you a liar.
It happens all the time. It happened all the time.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I have never seen it. So, and I'm not going to call you a liar because you say you've seen it. So, I'm just saying, for the most part,
when you go into a store and you order, you it's got to be a local store. It's got to be somebody that you know. They see you all the time, and you got food stamp. You be like, man, I ain't got no money, but I need some cigarettes. And then they'll say, okay, the pack of cigarettes is $7. Then they say, okay, give me $10 worth of food stamp. And then you, ding, ding, behind the cash register, they type it into something else, and then they take $10 off your food stamp, and then that's how you get your cigarettes. Yes, that happens all the time.
I'm just saying I have never seen it. And once again,
that's the fraud that Doge found. Doge found that type of fraud.
So both of those people, I would say, should get in trouble. The food stamp person should get in trouble. Also, the store.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is the fraud. They're not defrauding the government by saying they're doing something that they're not. They need to be on food stamp because they don't have any money.
Well, if they needed to be on food stamps, they wouldn't be buying cigarettes and beer.
Really? You really think that? You really think that? Black America, you really think that?
Yeah, if you're buying cigarettes and beer with your food stamp money that you got for your kids, then you're defrauding the government, and they should kick you off altogether. You should not be able to get food stamps.
How would the government know that, Black America? How would the government know that you're defrauding?
You just told me don't. You just told me don't.
They found out that these stores, that the owner was doing the defrauding. You can't tell what person did the defrauding. You can only tell the shop owner who did the defrauding.
Okay, well, I think they should be shut down then, because they're defrauding the government. They're doing something illegal. That whole store should be shut down.
They just won't be able to take no food stamps. It's not a matter of shutting down. It's a matter of them not being able to take food stamps. People have used food stamps to pay for their gas. People have used food stamps to pay for oil, pay for cigarettes, pay for alcohol, pay for all these things. Yes, that is where the fraud is. People who go to public aid, go down to public aid and apply for food stamp, they need food stamp, but they also need to buy gas. They also need to buy cigarettes. They also want to buy alcohol. They also want to do all this. And the only currency they got is the food stamp.
You know what? I'm going to do my research this week, because we got the Lowrider Super Show, so everybody is going to be out tonight, and I'm going to talk to some of these people
Okay,
tonight.
get back to me on Monday for sure. Ask them.
Yeah,
Sure, ask them.
yeah, and there's gonna be a bunch of baby mamas out there. So I'm gonna ask these trifling heifers if they can actually do that at our little, because you got little corner stores, and like I say, I hang out all the time. I have never ever seen something like that happen.
Shit.
But that's just me personally.
All the time.
That's just me personally.
All the time. All the time. Okay, Black America, I'll talk to you later. Okay. You gotta
All
go.
right.
I'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. I'm sure that I don't know. I know that I know I've seen that. People don't make enough money. People buy booze, alcohol, gas. People bet if it's a local store, if it's your local store, white folks do it all the time. Everybody do it. It ain't just no black people. It ain't just Bum Keisha. There you go, wild dog. People do it all the time. Okay? So we not lying. So I'm saying to him, shout out to ABT Booty, you wild. But I'm saying to him, we are giving money to Israel. We are giving money to Argentina. We are giving money to Egypt. But we can't afford to make sure that the old people stay on food stamps. That's what I'm saying. He don't know and tell me I'm lying or not. You go into a store that's got food, that got hot food in the store. Don't they let you pay for that hot food with them food stamps sometime too? Tell me I'm lying. I ain't lying. Okay? Most people, I tell you what, if the government said that every household could have $1,000 worth of food stamps through this food crisis, I would take them $1,000. I don't know about y'all. I don't know why food stamps be getting a bad rap. Because everybody needs to eat. That's the one thing everybody needs to do is eat. I'm saying, back to this subject. I'm saying to Donald Trump, put America first. Put America first. Okay? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know you can buy all kinds of things with food stamps. I know you can. Okay? I'm not bitching at nobody about what they do with them damn food stamps. Them food stamps ain't gonna make or break nobody. But you got people on this planet who think they don't want to help. See, here's the thing. We have a social contract in this country to do what we need to do inside of this country to better America. We want the America to be better. When we invite people like this Qatar people, I ain't sure we're doing the right thing when we invite these foreign people into our country, into our security, into flying planes that they can fly into buildings, learn our system, learn our ways. I ain't cool with that. I don't know about nobody else. I ain't been cool with none of that. Okay? I ain't been cool with none of that. Okay? But the thing is, they have different cultural means and things that they do, and we don't know. Minimum wage ain't changed. It's $7.25 or something crazy like that. Okay. I have smoked for this corrupt president. I have smoked for him. As I was stating, he got a deal. He has a golf course deal. His son has a business deal. He has this $400,000 million plane, even though he gave it to the United States, the $400 million plane. They based their whole thing, on theocracy. They based their whole country on religion. Okay? On religion. We don't. And their religion, Islam, or their way of life as a Muslim, Hindu, whatever, is direct contrary to what we have over here in the United States. I remember listening to the 9/11, them people say, death to America, death to America, death to America, death to America. I ain't never gonna forget that chant. I ain't never gonna forget seeing those people on TV say that from in that region. I don't know where South America. I don't know where it was from. Okay, I don't know where it was from. But the whole point is you're opening up the door to the hen, to the fox. Okay. And this seems like we losing control of our border. We already have control of our border. We already have a problem with the control of our borders. Now he wants to let. See, it's a different story. See, to me, it's a different story if you let somebody from London, somebody from England, somebody from France over, and you train those people, but they never chanted death to America like the people in the Middle East did. Okay? They never did that. They did that. Okay? Now we got to open up our borders. It's like our control is being taken away for some reason. And I'm hoping that it's not being taken away because this president wants to be friends with somebody that's a foreign agent. Just because they tell you that they're not going to attack the United States, that don't mean they won't. That's what keeps me, thinking weird shit. Okay, but we never know. We giving away more than just our training space. We're giving away access to sensitive material, insight into our defenses, our shield, our borders, psychological leverage. And now they say, oh, okay, we just be nice to them, and then they'll let us in the door. We be nice to them, and they'll let us do their training facility. One day they fuck up and they slip up, and somebody disappear off into the United States somewhere. Okay. I feel uneasy about that policy of letting them come over here. Okay. We've been pretty isolated here in the United States. You all hit the like button. Please and thank you. Hit the like button. The phone line is open if somebody want to call. Hit the like button, share button, subscribe button, please and thank you. We have this kind of content, so we're not having it tomorrow. Okay. It's just like we're pretty isolated. We have been pretty isolated since 9/11, 9/11. And the thing is, I said something the other day about the Monroe Doctrine.
Call from Riley Services. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Riley Services?
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. How can I help you?
I think I got the wrong number.
You were calling HQ.
HQ?
Mm-hmm. You have the wrong number?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, okay, that Monroe Doctrine, where we try to stay within our sphere of countries, South America, Central America, Canada. We try to stay within those and do trade deals, and we try to stick close to those, our allies here, and do our trade deals and all the kind of commerce and things like that from the people around here. I get all that. Okay. But then we had NATO, and then we start going to foreign countries and stuff like that. And I get all that. So I value America first. And that looks like a reversal of that. I don't think I like the direction that we're going. Okay. Choosing out of state. I just don't like the direction that we're going. Okay. But it's okay. The president says he's choosing America first. Is he choosing America first? I don't know. All I know is this feels real Yankee to me. This feels Yankee. And the fact that it's foreign invasion fears. We we might be invaded again. And each attack followed a period of complacency. We have become so comfortable the way we live. We have become so comfortable living here without wars on our soil. Now this feels the way the world is changing feels dangerous, feels off kilter. Okay? We were fine until a year ago. We felt fine anyway. I don't know whether we were fine, but we felt fine. Yeah, we were invaded by 9/11, Black America. We were invaded in that way. It just feels like we've lost our direction, right? Education and medical expenses, those are all private entities, Wild Dog. You need to be speaking about them becoming public entities. Then it won't be so expensive. Okay. If regular state run schools would be public, would be free. I didn't say we weren't invaded before 9/11. I said that's the most recent one you all would remember is 9/11. Okay. I mean, and it's not about the fear of Idaho. Idaho, them going to Idaho is not the fear. The fear is, you know what my real fear is? That one day they gonna let down a guard and then people gonna dig a hole or they gonna dig a tunnel or they gonna dig something and then they gonna plant something or they gonna dig enough hole to get away from that base, and then we gonna hear about it months later or years later, and then they gonna be inside the country. That's what it feels like. We never know. That's what it feels like to me. Okay. Since the 9/11 attacks. And I heard those people say, "Death to America" on the news. They came from the extreme fascist parts. Al Qaeda, ISIS, all of the Hezbollah. Not from every, I know it's a goofy thing, but that's my fear. Okay. Not every Muslim nation or community is dangerous. I get that. Because those groups used religion as justification for that violence, I associate Islam with a threat or Muslim people with threats. And I think, and you know what? I also think of Christian nationalism as the same, how do I put it? I think of it as the same goofy extremism. I think of that as the extreme Catholic people. Catholic nationalism. I think of that as the extreme. See, but to me, Christian nationalism is just racism dressed up in drag. In the Bible drag. Dressed up in Bible drag. That's what Christian nationalism is to me. Okay. Racism dressed up in Bible drag. That's all that is. Okay. But it's that association with Islam that is scary to me. That emotional link is still in my head when the actual danger comes from a very small number of radical people. It still feels real. The fear is reinforced in my head whenever I see one of those people dressed in those hijabs, all of that. I still, and I know that's wrong. I get it. I know it's wrong. But we saw all those protests on TV. Military conflicts in Iran, Iraq, Israel, Gaza, all those armed guards, all those people. If you live through 9/11, you have trauma when it comes to saying Islamic and Muslim people when it's an extreme protest or anything like that. How Qatar fits in, Qatar is a Muslim majority country. Okay. It does have a U.S. military installation in the Middle East. It does have one of those. And Qatar has tried to mediate between the United States and other Islamic countries. And it looks suspicious to a lot of Americans, to me. So Qatar belongs to the global Muslim community, but its government cooperates with the United States. Because it's in their best interest. That don't mean they like us. It's just in their best interest to deal with us because they get bombed off the map. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But the worry is, what if they turn on us? What if they decide that what if they people at their homeland say, hey, we need all of y'all do kamikaze shit. We need all of y'all over there on the American base to do some kamikaze shit. How do we know that that's not setting us up like that? Because it's a Muslim country, and they could be radicals in sheep's clothing. Okay. But this is built from us having lived through 9/11. And a lot of people who have faith, that includes the Christian nationals, and that includes the Muslim Islam extremists. There's extremists on both of those sides, the Christian nationalism and the Muslim. Y'all both scare me because it's religion. It's racism and to a certain extent wrapped in Bible clothing. That's why I can't get with either one, the Christian nationalist nor Islam or Muslim or anything like that. Okay. Most of the Muslim countries cooperate with America. They do. But the whole point is, what happens if they call you to home? We don't ignore those threats. We can't ignore those threats. But we don't have to invite them into our country and have them training month after month after month after month in our country. And we never know what they do on their downtime. We never know what X, Y, and Z. And I get it. United States government got it handled. You got it handled. Y'all know what time it is. But that don't mean that it don't make me uneasy to know that you all are going to be training Islamic human beings who are in the middle of Iran and Saudi Arabia. They're in the middle of those two countries. Okay. That still doesn't mean I'm not wary, right? But that's it. It is what it is, right? You all hit the like button, subscribe button, thank you button, all those things. Subscribe and do all you got. Does anybody else want to call in and say something? Does anyone have anything to say regarding this subject? Because we don't have to worry about it for the moment. It'll be a while before they get to come over. But still, you have to think. We have to think. We got to be wary of these things that happen. And the people that are coming. You all said you were worried about people that were coming in our country. Okay, then we need to worry about this one. We need to worry about this right here. Okay? So if y'all got to worry about it, I got to worry about it, and I want to worry about it. Okay? I ain't gonna say nothing different. I ain't gonna, it is what it is. So I'm saying to you, let's adjourn. We're gonna adjourn for Monday night. We have a red hot subject for Monday night. I think it might be about food stamps. And we might open up the panel and talk about people on food stamps, seeing as how all people have a different perception of food stamp and the people who get on food stamps. That might be our subject on Monday night. Food stamps and the people who get food stamp. Should they deserve food stamp? Why do people think there's food stamps waste? Why do people think it's a waste to get food stamps? So it's okay to bring in Mexicans, but not to bring. See, here's the thing. Mexicans didn't get on TV and say death to Americans. Black America. The Muslims did. Okay. Yeah, but he's a Muslim and he was born here. Those are Muslims that weren't born here. Okay. I worry much more about Muslims that were not born here as opposed to ones that were born here. Okay. There's a difference right there. That's the only difference. Not that I wouldn't be wary. He's a communist. Oh, a communist? Well, communist ain't a Muslim. What are you harping about the guy? The communist guy. He's not a Muslim. He's a communist. Oh, okay. Forget it. Okay. Whatever the racist was. The racist South African. He's not you. We're talking about the mayor of New York. Talking about the mayor of New York, who's finna be the mayor of New York. He's a communist, not a Muslim. Okay. I'm not worried about anybody that's here already. They seem to be calm, cool, and collected. I'm saying you're inviting people over that are temporarily here. No, they didn't say anything about blowing the country up, Black America. Two totally different things. Fucking your way through the country is different from blowing the country up. Different thing. Okay? Way different thing. Yes, they've been here for generations. I'm saying I was here when 9/11 happened. I'm saying I have a natural reflex when I hear you bringing foreigners over that threaten to end American lives. I have an aversion to that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything else. You all make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, please and thank you. I would appreciate the subscribe, the sub. I'm trying to get to 5,000 views. No, 5,000 subs. I would love to make it sometime this year. It would be amazing, right? But I'm not saying that you do. I'm just saying I have a knee-jerk reaction. Not that there's anything wrong with the knee-jerk reaction. I'm just saying I have it. Y'all subscribe to the channel. We have this kind of discussion every night. Sometimes we have people call. Sometimes we have people get on the panel. It is what it is. It's a Saturday night. I understand people got things to do. They want to do. They want to go. They want to do all the things they got to do. And I'm letting you out the door. I'm just saying, make sure you tune in on Monday night. We're going to have the food stamp. We're going to have a food stamp talk, a debate. People can come on the panel and say what they want to say about food stamp. That's a neutral subject that we can talk about on Monday is the food stamp. The pros and the cons of food stamp. And why we got food stamp, why we don't need to have food stamp, why we need more food stamp, X, Y, and Z. Okay? So you all, please hit that like button. We need you. It's okay. You wild as hell, Eric. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. We're trying to get to a certain amount of subscribe. The old lady is trying to get to subscribe. As many subscribers as I can. Thank you very much. Hit the like button. And the like button and all that good stuff. Monday, we will be back here Monday to talk about food stamps. Okay? If you tune in tomorrow to my other channel, we will be talking about crimes. More crime. So, but tonight is Monday is my next thing. Please subscribe so you can get the notification. Hit the notification button so that you will be notified when you get more content out here. I thank you all for showing up. Please and thank you for coming out. Hit the like, subscribe, and share buttons. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yes, I do. We're going to have a good subject on Monday night. Thank you all. Hit the like and subscribe, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see you on Monday. See you on Monday.